figure out how to put that in a little spray can with a little bit of oil, and I think it'd be perfect.
So it's really that hot?
Yeah, it is. And so,
yeah! Welcome back to another episode of PlugAve, y'all. We are here in Cedarburg, Wisconsin, with Cedarburg Popcorn Company owner Steve. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Yourself?
Hey, thank you so much for having PlugAve come down here. It's
Absolutely.
a pleasure. So, Steve, where did the idea of popcorn or you owning your own popcorn place come from?
Actually, it came out of just a necessity at the time. The job I had wasn't very good, and we were looking for something else. And my wife had worked here on the side every now and then. And the previous owners that owned the place, they had it for 2 years. They decided they didn't want to do it anymore. And the opportunity came up to buy the place, so we took it.
So, do you love popcorn?
I do now, sort of.
So you didn't before?
No, I mean, everybody loves popcorn. Who doesn't
Right.
love popcorn? It's just that, I've been here we've been doing this for 4 years, and so now I don't love popcorn as much anymore. I eat so much of it.
You eat popcorn
But
every
I
day?
do like new flavors, so come
You
out
have
with
any
new
new
stuff.
You got new flavors in mind now?
Scotcheroo.
Scotcheroo.
We just did a new one called Scotcheroo.
What is that?
It's peanut butter, chocolate, and butterscotch all mixed together.
Ooh, how'd you come up with that? Scotcheroo.
Suggestion by somebody else. So people come in all the time and say, hey, I had this popcorn at this store out in San Diego and it was this. And so we'll write it down on the board, and then if the time comes to do something new, we'll do it.
Oh wow! So open to suggestions out
Absolutely.
there. So what? So I read on your under your bio on the website, and you mentioned you have homegrown American values. Like, what do you mean by homegrown American
All right,
values?
so there's a story behind that. So when you're building a new company and a website, the first thing you're going to do is look up what other people are doing. And I found that and thought that was really great. I stole it off somebody else's website, but it fits with what we do here. It's a family business. It's my wife and I and my 2 kids. When we first started, both my kids are working here. 12 and 10, doing all kinds of stuff. And I just really liked it because I run the business like I run our family. I treat all the employees like they're my own kids.
Yeah.
If they ever need anything, I'm there for them. And so that's where I came up.
Oh, so that's definitely homegrown American values or home. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, what's the top selling popcorn?
It's Chicago blend by the top. That's the
really?
and that's a nationwide thing. It's cheddar and caramel mixed together. Everybody loves it.
So
Probably outsells everything else in the store by twice.
So nobody loves like regular popcorn anymore? Like, is that just me?
Yeah. Well, that definitely sells. But the top one is the Chicago.
Okay, so what's your personal favorite?
Nobody would ever guess it. I think the only person that knows the answer is Skylar. But my personal favorite is just lightly buttered popcorn.
Like,
Just regular
so you're
fresh
saying
popcorn with a little butter on it.
You can't go wrong with just good old fashioned.
And then my second best, if I'm at an event somewhere, it's beer cheese.
Beer cheese. Ooh.
Yeah, I can suck down an entire
You got
thing.
beer cheese here?
Yeah.
Oh, beer cheese. I didn't see right in my So, in getting your own business and owning this place, like, what were some obstacles you had to overcome?
All kinds of stuff. COVID's just been a nightmare for everybody.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we moved to this building right before COVID hit, and that saved us. I think the biggest obstacles are not like advertising and getting information out there about it. It's the business side of things. I never went to school for business and how to do taxes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And any recommendation, anybody that's interested in doing a business at all, that would be what I would suggest. Take some classes at your local community college and learn about business and how to run it. So that's been the biggest obstacle for me.
So do you think you kind of got or getting a hang of it now as time goes on?
Oh yeah, I mean I've hired the right people and there's lots of apps out there that'll help you do that kind of stuff.
Okay, so now that you got your business up and running, what are some current obstacles you face?
The biggest current obstacle now that could kill the business is the minimum $15 minimum wage.
Oh wow.
The minimum wage is what, $7.25, something like that. Anybody that comes in off the door to start working here, I pay $8 to start, and then they go up from there quite fast. I think most of our employees are between 10 and 12 is what they make.
Okay, nice.
But to jump that to 15 could hurt us, and I think it'll hurt a lot of the really small businesses.
So why did it jump to 15?
I don't know, that's just what they're saying,
what
that's
they're
the government's saying, they're
government.
gonna mandate 15 across the board.
Wow, so
And
minimum is going up all over.
that could hurt a lot of these smaller businesses. I mean, we don't make enough money to cover 15. Walmart does,
Yeah,
but
damn.
their popcorn sucks.
Man. You can say that again. I definitely agree with that one. So, do you have any advice? Actually, what was some advice someone gave to you, like during your journey of owning your own business?
To run it like a family.
Try.
Yeah, care about it. I mean, and that's the best advice I have for anybody that has a job of any kind. Really care about it. Care about what you do and what you can control.
That's deep.
And if you care about it, you'll do a good job of it.
It's different than when you actually care about something that you do rather than just doing it.
Yeah.
Like.
I mean, you have to have a job, right? You
Yeah.
have to make money or you don't do anything. And you can pretty much get any job you want. But if you get stuck in a job you don't really like, just do a good job at it. Really care about what you're doing and how you do it. Be nice to people, and once you get through that, it's fine.
I see. I mean, you actually have been doing that. I seen you got a lot of positive reviews, so you're definitely doing something right.
So it's care about your product. I always tell the girls to make sure that they go around and check the shelves, and if something's been sitting there a while, taste it. If it tastes nasty, throw it away.
Do you have any popcorn you don't like? Any popcorn flavors you don't like?
Yeah.
Which one's
Of
that?
course I do. Parmesan garlic. That stuff's nasty. But I don't like it. But
Yeah.
people love it, so it's
yeah.
always on the shelf. I just don't like the taste of Parmesan.
Yeah, I'm weird
weird.
now. It is really weird and just.
Licking your socks or something.
Yeah. Licking the- I can agree with that. So, I mean, do you have any advice for other people who might want to own their own business?
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh. You want to talk into the camera?
Yeah, go for it. Life is short. You gotta like what you do. So if you got a passion for something, and it's something that you really enjoy, then go for it. Give it a shot. Try it out. I know several people that have things that they really like to do, and I've been talking to a couple of them now, and they're like, hey, I don't know if now's the right time, I don't have the money, and I'm like, well, you gotta take the leap. Just give it a shot.
Gotcha.
And if it doesn't work for you, maybe pull a second job while you're doing it, but if you really are passionate about it, you'll figure out a way to make it work because it's what you really love.
Wow.
So.
Hey, y'all hear that? Take his advice. Take his advice. That's some real advice, to be honest. Like, you gotta take that risk and take that leap. But just because it doesn't work doesn't mean you gotta stop. Keep going. Keep moving forward. All right. You gotta get 2 jobs, 3 jobs to get that job, but keep moving forward. All right, do what you gotta do. Man, that's some good advice. Thank you. Man, that was some good advice. So, have you been in Cedarburg how long have you been in Cedarburg?
The store's been here since it opened. We started out in the building in front of us. The previous owners ran it for 2 years, and then we took over. And it's just, officially our name is Sage Popcorn, and Sage came out of the fact that my family's names are Steve, Ann, Grace, and Emma.
Oh, wow.
So that's where that came from.
That played well.
And that's just the company name. But Cedarburg Pie, it's known. Everybody knows it as Cedarburg Popcorn.
So Sage
Sage
Popcorn.
Popcorn is the owner. Yeah.
So how is the atmosphere around here in Cedarburg? Like the locals? Like,
Well, Cedarburg is the #1 tourist town in the state of Wisconsin. It's like 3 or 4 different lists, and so the people that come here are the ones that love to check out Cedarburg. Right, so it's 95% of our business is tourists.
Okay, so what's your best part about Cedarburg?
It's just this small town feel, it's historic, all of the buildings are old looking, and it's fun to walk around, even in the wintertime.
You just seen people jogging outside.
Yeah, so it's a great location. We're right next to the bike path and the community path, so there's lots of people that run up and down and walk back here.
Yeah, y'all staying fit out here. No matter what age. So what's next? Like, what do you want to do next?
Oh, that's a good question. I really have no idea. No, I take that back. So we moved back here, and they repaved the parking lot, and so our next push is to try to build outside a little bit. So the store's really nice and scrapey in here, but the atmosphere outside isn't as inviting per se
Okay.
as I'd like it to be. So nobody's gonna be allowed to park back here. We're gonna run some lights between the buildings and maybe put out a water fountain and have some
Ooh.
cool seating outside. And if COVID allows this summer, I'd like to start playing like movies on the side of the building at night and then passing out free popcorn or something just to get the community to come in. For that point in time, it's really just about getting your name out there, and people will be like, hey, yeah, we're going to go watch that movie down at the popcorn store. And then, they'll know where we're at, and it gets the news out. And so that's the kind of stuff I want to do, just get more out in the community and have more people mingling right around the store.
Wow, you're an amazing person. You're an amazing person. That's an amazing idea. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see that. I would come back down here. I'll be outside.
I'll invite you back out. Set you guys up outside.
It sounds good. So actually, during your journey, you had actually worked another job while you owned your own business.
Yeah, well, I do now. So
Or do you know-
I worked another job before we bought the business, and then I quit my job and worked full time at the business. And I think that's what allowed us to get where we're at now. The previous owners all had jobs; they didn't work here, and being part of the business and actually being here taught me like what the business is about, what kind of customers are like, what they want when they come here, all of that. Actually at the beginning of COVID, I was offered a position full-time working from home doing my absolute dream job, and I took it. It was the perfect timing, but I was able to find a good manager to run the store for me, and that's helped grow the business to where it is. So I forget where you asked the question about. Sorry.
No, I'm saying like how was it like managing how is it managing your own business and working another job at the same time? Like,
well, if you get the right people, it's not that hard.
Okay.
But if you've worked the business, you'll understand it, and it's easier then to run it on site.
So then what's the best part to you personally about having your own business?
You work for somebody else, you kind of have to do what they ask, right?
Yeah.
They have a vision, they know where they're going, and you do a job and you do it well. But you can't really control where the boat's going.
Right.
With the business owner, you control where it's going. It's your vision. If you don't like where it's going, you stop that direction and try something else.
You change it,
a different way. So that's what I like about being a business owner. People always say, "Oh, you're a business owner. You can make your own hours." I'm like, "Yeah, I can also make how much I actually make." So if I don't want to work this week, I don't make any money.
Right.
So you can make your own hours, but most business owners that I know that do a good job actually work more than 40 hours a week. And a friend of mine actually said, "Yeah, I work half time." Yeah, he works from 5 in the morning till 5 at night, 7 days a week. And their business is flourishing.
You see yourself heading in that direction?
I've done that. Strawberry Fest. Strawberry Fest is the largest outdoor event that we do. In 2 days, we make more than we do in the entire month of June.
Oh wow!
It's huge.
So
Strawberry Fest here. It's it's usually the last weekend in June. They didn't do it last year because of COVID, but it'll bring in about 75,000 people to this town in 2 days. And then, so they close down the road and everybody's lined up on the street. We put a nice big booth out there and we do live kettle corn and sell all the popcorn. But for 2 weeks prior to that, we have to make enough popcorn to last a month and sell it in 2 days. And so it's always what we call open hours. If we get a big order in, I'll just put out a note and say, "Hey, open hours this week," and that means any employee can come in at any time and work.
Oh wow!
And do stuff, making popcorn, bagging popcorn, whatever they need to do to get it done. And for 2 weeks prior to Strawberry Fest, you get 5-6 people in here working all at one time.
Oh,
at all hours. I mean, I'll be working late till 2 in the morning. And
you hired really dedicated staff,
awesome.
to be honest.
Oh yeah, they're great. I absolutely love them.
All right, so look, off the record, do you have any favorite employees?
Absolutely.
Who?
You want me to say who she is? She's right over there.
Would you like to come on camera and just say hello?
I have lots of favorite employees.
You want to give her a name?
Hi.
Yeah, you gotta, well, you're standing in the middle here, you gotta be in the middle.
So you give me your name.
Hi, I'm Skylar.
So you guys, this is Skylar. Without Skylar, this interview would not be possible. So thank you, Skylar.
Thank you,
thank you.
Isaiah. I'm glad to help out.
So, one more question. Okay. What does it mean to you to be a business owner?
Alright, so this is the one question that was on the list that I'm, I don't know. For me, this business, it's like I said, it's like a family. And so everybody that works here, I feel, is like a family member. And so all of the employees that we bring on are most first-time jobs. They've never had a job before. Some of them have been 14 when they come. And the way we run the business, it helps them learn about how to be a good employee and what having a job is really like. You know, I've met a lot of people in other jobs that I've had that just never had that base to learn about how to be a good employee, what it's like, what it means to like your job and do a good job at it. And they're just not very good employees.
Yeah.
And so for me, having this business here, it allows me to help those kids learn about how to be a productive person in a work environment. And when they leave, they all get better jobs.
So it's you, Skylar.
I'm waiting
Yes.
for this one to get a better job. But she is in school.
I was just gonna say, like, what's the best part about working here?
Well, this was actually my first job, so going back to starting out, I mean, I had repped soccer before, but this was my actual first job, working the register, learning how to make product, bagging, labeling, literally everything in the store we learned how to do. So I definitely love working here. I mean, Steve, like he said, treats all of his employees like family. He's always there for when we need him. And even though I'm in school, he always texts me like, hey, whenever you're home for break, for a weekend, hit me up. I'll give you hours. So he's just a really great guy. He's always there, and he does a really well job of what he does.
Oh wow.
So I can say Skylar's my favorite employee, but she's also a family friend.
Okay.
So I know her outside of the
Outside the
business.
store. Oh yeah, definitely family oriented. So look, so before we did this interview, we talked about the infamous, where is it? Ghost cheddar popcorn. Oh man.
All right, so the fourth hottest pepper in the world is the ghost pepper. Okay, it used to be the third hottest pepper in the world, and then they came out with a new pepper that's actually so hot they won't let anybody eat it. They use the oil from the pepper as an anesthesia.
Oh, wow.
For surgery, for people that can't do that. Yeah, so you can't eat it, you'll die instantly.
Ooh, no, we don't
So
need
it's the
that.
fourth hottest pepper in the world. I think the hottest pepper is the Carolina Reaper, and there's just no point in using it because nobody will eat it.
Yeah, you can't enjoy it.
So yeah, so it's 2 tablespoons of ghost pepper powder in 1 pound 8 ounces of cheddar melted cheese and 5 gallons of popcorn.
Oh wow.
That's it.
Oh wow. So you want to tell your story about it? I mean, the first time you tried it?
Oh yeah, well the first time I tried it was just bad, but I was making it one time and it was really hot in the store and it had a fan blowing, and I dumped the ghost pepper in and it had this little poof thing where a little bit comes out and it hit the fan and hit me in the face. And I took my glasses off and I was like, oh my god, and I started rubbing my eyes and I'm like, oh! And so I ended up in the bathroom, eyes washing my face out. I came out, looked like I'd been crying for a week. Customers in the store, they're like, oh my god, what happened to you? Are you okay? Yeah, it was not pretty. Nose ran for the next 3 hours like I had the worst cold ever. But no, I haven't eaten it since the first time I ever tried it. So if you're daring enough, if you like hot stuff, absolutely give it a shot, but take your time. Take 2 pieces, put it in your mouth, chew it up, swallow it, make sure you got some milk.
Oh man.
There's actually a pretty good story. We used to go to the Harley rally all the time, and my younger daughter was working, and we used to give samples, and a guy came up, big guy, big burly guy, you know, big head, no neck.
No neck.
He's like, yeah, I want to try that ghost pepper, and she's like, it's really hot. He's like, oh, I can handle hot, and she gives him some, and he's like, oh, I want more. He took a whole handful, shoved it in his mouth, started chewing up, swallows it, goes, oh. Turns around, walks away. My daughter says, "Oh my God, Dad, look at that." He was crying. He was bent over and crying.
Well, that's
So,
what you get
yep,
from that tub.
absolutely.
What?
That's right.
No.
That popcorn does not care if you're big in Burley.
It's definitely great for
Yeah, it will
April
take you
Fool's
down.
Day.
Ooh.
If you trick your friends and be like, hey, want
Yes.
some cheddar popcorn?
We've had that. A kid came in, they're like, "Yeah, can we get the ghost cheddar bagged up and then just put the wrong label on it?" No, we can't do that. Sorry, that's illegal.
Yeah.
But labels come off pretty well, so if you want to take it outside and take the label off, you can do that.
I'm not saying you can't do it. Alright, so speaking of the ghost cheddar popcorn, I don't do hot things, but I'm willing to try it. So, Steve
In the
was-
name of science, you're gonna give your body.
Oh no.
Man.
You're on your own, man.
You don't want to? You want to?
It's all you.
No, I don't.
Your filming crew say no.
Even if they don't want to even try it. God.
Godspeed, man. See, it doesn't taste bad when it's just in your mouth. Just don't swallow it.
Don't swallow it. Oh. Oh.
Don't drink water.
Don't. What want to drink?
Puppy chow.
Eat the puppy chow.
Bites over on the counter. Everybody knows that real hot stuff, you drink water, it makes it worse.
Ooh. I know, like when I get up in the morning, y'all breath be hot. Oh, it's like 10 times that. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's hot. Man, thank you again, Steve, so much. Before we get out, do you have any shout outs you want to make or anything you want to say? How can people reach you and get in contact with you?
Sure. Website, sagepopcorn.com. That's the best way to get a hold of
You guys have Instagram or any social media?
it. We do. We have one of the girls running Instagram. Skylar does a lot of it.
What's the Instagram so people can look for it?
CedarburgPopcorn.
CedarburgPopcorn. Make sure y'all follow them, like them, love them. I definitely did. That ghost cheddar popcorn. Stay away from it. It's hot. It's really hot. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's PlugAve, plugging and supporting locally and globally. Also want to thank Hidden Hills Watch for. Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you. And no matter what y'all going through in life, remember, God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. Stay blessed.
It's the beat rockers. It's the beat rockers.